He came back from a work trip earlier than expected. The sound of his key in the door was sharp, almost impatient. When I saw his face, I noticed it right away. That subtle flush on his cheeks, the slight sway in his step. He had been drinking. Not enough to stumble, but just enough to loosen his tongue. I casually mentioned that I had gone out for a few hours earlier that day. It was harmless. But to him, it was the spark he needed to light a fire. His first complaint wasn't even about me. How could you leave your dog alone like that? He snapped, as if I had abandoned her for days. It wasn't concern. It was the opening punch, a way to start breaking me down. The air grew tense. His eyes sharpened, searching for a new angle. And then suddenly the focus shifted. Now it was all about me. "I'm resolving my life," he said in a slow, deliberate tone, almost like he was declaring himself the hero of this story. "You should resolve yours." His voice hardened as he moved in for the insult he'd been saving. "You went to college." He paused, giving the words weight. "But you did it all wrong." And here came the knife. "She went to a real college." He didn't have to say her name. I already knew who she was, the one he'd been comparing me to. In silence, the one he believed was more worthy, more accomplished, more real. His words weren't just cruel. They were meant to erase everything I had fought for. He had no idea what it took for me to earn that degree. The nights I studied until my eyes burned. The days I worked 3 jobs. The sacrifices I made when no one was watching. But I didn't defend myself. My silence was my shield. Then came the final twist of the knife. "We're investing in each other," he said casually, like it was an obvious truth. No shame. No hesitation. The "we" didn't include me. Before we continue, if you've ever been in a moment where the truth slipped out of someone's mouth when they least expected it, you know that strange mix of rage, hurt, and clarity that floods your chest all at once. This wasn't just an argument, it was a setup. He had his phone out, recording me, waiting for me to react, to raise my voice, to give him something he could twist and keep as proof against me. But here's what he didn't know. My character isn't built for his traps. I wouldn't give him the performance he was hoping for. His tone grew sharper, his words faster, his body leaning in with aggression. But as the poison poured out, he realized too late, the recording wasn't painting me as the villain. It was exposing him. I watched the shift in his face when it clicked. Without looking at me, he stopped the recording. A moment later, his thumb swiped across the screen, deleting it. He tried to act casual, like it never happened. That night, he showered, slipped into bed, and fell asleep as if he hadn't just gutted me with his words. His breathing evened out. Mine didn't. Morning came, and with it, his strange softness. He kissed my cheek, said goodbye, and then added almost as an afterthought, "I don't like sarcastic women." Before I could even respond, he added the oldest excuse in the book. "Everything I said last night, it's not what you think." But I knew exactly what it was, and so did he. There are words you can't unsay, truths you can't disguise once they've been spoken. Some betrayals don't need physical proof. They live in the way someone looks at you, the way their tone shifts, the way their guard drops when they feel too comfortable or too careless. If you've been here, hear me clearly. You are not defined by their comparisons, their insults, or their games. Your worth is not up for debate. Their voice may be loud now, but the day will come when it no longer echoes inside you. And when that day arrives, you will see that the power they thought they had was never real. It was borrowed, and you've taken it back.